night Luna did great in here. She just went potty on her puppy pad once, and she was free all night in here, and no crying. She knew, I think, that she just has to stay there. She wants to get out now. I just put her in here while I ate. And as soon as I put her outside, she pooped and peed, so she's doing good. Hi, Luna. You want to get out? She slept on Nick's robe all night. It was cute. Breakfast this morning is 2 scrambled eggs with just 1 slice of Velveeta. And that is what my husband had. And it looked good because he had some mouth surgery yesterday, so he's not feeling so hot. But anyway, I got my cup of coffee, my eggs and cheese, and that is it for breakfast. And it's 8 Smart Points. Having a half a cup of cottage cheese, about 113 grams, and still working on my coffee. Having a banana as well for breakfast. It is morning, and she has all sorts of energy. So we usually leave her play for an hour or two and then put her outside to potty. And she's been doing so good at that. Just awesome. We're so proud of her. You gotta be consistent though, my goodness. If we weren't consistent, she'd be going all over the floor. She's been carrying that yogurt pack around. Kind of funny. We just leave her drag it around. She's almost making it up on the chair. You ready for a nap now? She usually comes and jumps up by me when she's ready to lay down. This is where she takes her morning nap, guys. She's so darn cute. She's gonna be so spoiled. I can't help it. Look at how cute she is. She's so cute. Okay, I have 146 grams of baked potato. I baked them in the microwave, and it's about 5 ounces or so. So we're going to have that, and I'm going to clip some chives and some cilantro. How I'm going to trim these is I'm going to bunch them up like this and just trim about this much off right there. I'm just going to cut right there. As you can see, I trim that off, and that's what they look like, and they'll grow right back up. So that is what's going on my baked potato. I don't need the scissor for that. I will just trim. They say to trim right along the edges here, so I'm going to trim my tallest ones here. Alright, we're good. So we're going to bring this in, and this is getting chopped up and put on my baked potato as well. Here are my chives. I just chopped them up into little tiny pieces, and I will put that over my baked potato. Okay, I give my cilantro a good wash and a dry with some paper towel. And of course I did not use this part here. I'm going to just toss that in the compost pile. But I will chop this up, and that will go on my baked potato. Okay guys, this is my lunch. We have cilantro and chives, 5 ounces of baked potato that were baked in the microwave for, I think it was 4 minutes, and sliced up with the skin, although I got organic potatoes. If I did not have organic potatoes, I would have peeled them. And a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese. That is, well, I'll put the Smart Points down below because I'm not sure of the potatoes. And then of course I got a premium protein for some protein added, and a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese is also good protein. So that is my lunch. No butter added, no oil. Just the potato, cottage cheese, cilantro, and chives. What I'm having for a snack: some sugar-free Jell-O and a tablespoon of the Jif Whips, maybe 2 tablespoons. I have the points for it, and then 2 tablespoons is just 5 points. This is 0. Triple espresso with premier protein. Hey guys, this is dinner. I'm having 1 wrap with the sweet peppers, spinach, salad mix, and turkey, and ranch dressing. Oh, I have to put feta cheese on here yet, but that will be it for dinner. And this is 3 smart points. There's one for the turkey, one for the dressing, and one for the wrap. Okay guys, I'm going to show you an update on my tomato plants here. We had a raccoon up here and he got into everything. And I'm serious, everything. You can see how big these have gotten. They're up to the second thing here now. That one's a little bit slower growing. That one was, you remember how tiny this one was. And it has gotten really big. It's, put my hand down there. And it's just taller than my wrist there. So that has really grown a lot. This plant has done really, really well. It's growing nice and tall. And I keep picking off all of these little suckers in between here. I just picked them off yesterday again, so it looks good. We got that one there. This pepper plant has been dug into, I can't tell you how many times, by squirrels. So they're not, they keep getting disturbed, so they're not growing the best. My bean plant sprouted finally, and that thing is growing huge. I gotta plant it. I've got some worm castings here I'm going to fertilize. I'm gonna throw some on the top there and then water it in good. And this is from my gardener. We love this guy because he's from Michigan, so he's, pretty close to our gardening zone. So we follow a lot of what he does and says, and I've been having great luck with him. So check him out. It's mygardener.com, and it's M-I, it's probably not focusing too well, but yeah, he's got some all-natural, raw, organic worm castings. I had to move our basil plants down here because he kept digging into those, so those are doing much better down here now. Our other herbs, this time rosemary and chives in that 5-gallon bucket, doing really well. I've got some new basil plants I'm about to plant. I did pick off the top. I don't want them flowering at all. That little guy is doing really good there. My flowers up here are doing really well. I have to deadhead, well, I was in the process of it, but I gotta do more on that one. Our compost bucket, raccoon got into it last night, so I think I'm gonna have to move it somewhere else. Gotta dump what I already have down in the compost pile. This tomato, oh my goodness, this thing grew up so crazy huge. This is our pepper plant, the one that I chopped off at the top. You can see there that that's where I chopped it off. And all of these, there's not one old leaf on here. I pulled off all the old ones when these new ones started popping up. But it's getting some flowers there for some peppers. This is our, pull that weed out of there. This is our cardinal basil. This tastes like black licorice. And we're not sure we've never had this kind before, but we're not sure what to do with that. And then our cilantro has really gotten big. But this plant, I am truly amazed with it. I'm going to pull off these little suckers here. Oops, I fell back into there. Oh well. But yeah, he's doing really, really well. He's got some flowers here. Hopefully we've gotten some bees up here so they will pollinate these flowers. Otherwise I could just take a brush and kind of just rub that and pollinate it myself. So yeah, everything is doing really well up here. The tomato plants are doing much better up here than they are in my garden, I have to tell you. We have to amend the soil somehow. I have to figure out how to amend the soil out there because I don't think it's acidic enough for them. Where I did this myself, so I kind of figured what they needed, and that's what I did. Here's another sucker right here. So I'm going to break that off. And, oh, there's another one down here. I'm going to pull that off. And that looks good. I keep doing that. I come out like every other day and pull the suckers because they grow super fast. And that allows for better fruiting. It gives more energy to these fruits. And there's another bunch of fruits there. Yeah, these are okay. I'm going to leave those for a little bit. See what it does. And then later, as this gets even taller, because this is going to non-stop grow, it's going to get way up to the ceiling here. And as it grows, I'm going to keep pulling off these bottom stems here. In fact, I think I'm going to pull this one off now and just snap it off. And then that can go in the compost pile. And then later on I'll snap this one off and I'll keep adding more dirt in there as time goes on. I'm going to put some, we ordered some Trivecta from my gardener. I'm going to sprinkle that in there. And when I do that, I'm going to add more dirt in there. That's why I didn't fill it all the way up. By the time summer is here, this is going to be all the way up to here. Looks like it's going to rain. I was going to go out and water, but I don't know if I'm going to have to. I might go out and check the garden and just to be sure. I'll show you the garden too. That'll be coming up next. Okay, we are out in the garden. We've got grass growing through here, so it's not thick enough. So what we did, picked up another 1.5 yards of wood chips, and we stuck it right on top of all this again. So this is a good 6 inches or so, maybe more. And so we have 1, 2, 3, I think 4 yards total, just right in this area here. So yeah, it's it's a lot, but we don't want any grass growing through here, no weeds. We want it to be manicured and nice looking with no work, because it's already going to be, as you can see, we did all of this. We didn't do up front here, and you can see the grass growing through there, so it wasn't thick enough. So this stuff is working nicely. We've got all of this done. And look at our plants. Oh my gosh. We've got, see, now I think these are the watermelons, and I'm not real sure, but we've got little flower buds coming up here. And so whatever they are will be growing soon. Could be zucchini, I don't know. I have it marked as zucchini, so it could be. So we've got all these little flowers right here that are looking to be pollinated soon. Sweet potato vines, I'm going to put some worm casting on here because I'm not sure if they're supposed to be quite this yellow, but they're really healthy looking. And I've got flowers growing, coming in here all over the place. So that one's good. This one we just planted. It's a muskmelon. I just planted that muskmelon yesterday, so it's going to take some time to, the soil is nice and wet, so I won't have to water. That plant are the same, and I'm not sure what they are because I messed up the tags. So if anybody knows what these little guys are, let me know. This one is, I believe, the same as those, whatever those are. I think they're watermelon. My tomato plants, see how bad they're doing? They're not liking the soil. So they're getting flowers on them though. It's got a really nice, thick, I don't know if this is an indeterminate. It doesn't say, so I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to pull it because it's not growing so well the way it is. This little guy here is, I have it marked as a cucumber, so I'm sure that's what it is, I hope. It's already getting some flowers and blossoms on it. It's little yet, but everything looks really good. Really good. I got to weed a little bit. As you can see, there's some weeds that have blown in here and popped in, so I just pull them all out. Not sure what that is, but I don't want to touch it because it looks really pokey. So we've got ants in here. I don't think they're harming it though. I'm going to try and pull this out like this. It's got a long root. Throw it over there. These two right there are pepper plants. Those 4 are Brussels sprouts. These 4 are pepper plants. So those are doing really well. It's almost close to time to, in fact, I see peppers growing on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down, take this whole top part off here, and just pick it right off. I don't want the peppers forming on there yet because I want more growth down here. So take those off. This is coming off way down to there, and this is coming off way down to there. And I've picked all 4 of those off. So those will be good. Those will come out really nice and thick now instead of up tall. Miley. I've got 4 cabbage right there, and I'm gonna probably put something right there, because when you're planting in a square foot garden, you do on center. So if it says 12 inches, it's like on center. So you can plant one 6 inches away instead of 12. So, and if you could plant one in the middle too. I've got to plant some more right there because that little guy right there is growing up so slow. So I'm going to plant something here and then here. Just haven't figured out what I want to try yet. Something different. But I got to get something soon because otherwise it's not going to have time to grow. So that is the garden. And this plant, this tomato plant is doing awesome. I've got it kind of mulched here. But I thought this one was the sicker of the ones that I had. And it's doing super. It's already getting some flowers on it. Yeah, so... And I believe it is an indeterminate, so I'm going to go ahead and check off the... let's see. Yeah, it is an indeterminate, so I'm going to go ahead and take off the suckers in between, because it's going to grow nice and big. And this is a big sucker here, as is this one. You can see how big those were. And this, you can put this in a bowl in a cup of water, and it will root. In fact, I think I may do that. It's just one plant all by itself. And you can stick that in a bowl of water, and it will root for you. So I'm definitely going to do that. Oh, here's another sucker right here. I'm going to pick that off. And I think, oh, here's one right. A little tiny one just starting there. I'm going to pull that off. And I think that one is good now. So yeah, now it will give more energy to these flowers up here and also have it go taller. I did pull up all the leaves up in this next ring here so it doesn't flop down. So I am going to, in fact, I could probably put this right in the soil here and grow it right here. I'm going to try that. I'm going to stick it right here and let's just see what it does. I'll stick it right in here. I'm going to have to set you down a second. I planted both of those. This one I'm going to pull up for you. I'm not going to keep this one, but I just stuck it in there and I'm going to pull it up for you in about a week and we'll see what happens. But that one I'm going to try to keep here. So we'll see what happens. But you can kind of see I just stuck them both in. Like I said, this one's not going to stay. I will keep that one there though. I'll have to get another tomato cage if it does start growing. So we will see. Oh, this is a weed right here. I'll have to come back out and weed better, but right now the mosquitoes are eating me up because it is wet and rainy out here. But the garden is nice and wet yet. I did water it with the hose yesterday, so it probably, I watered it really deep. So it looks good. I got some marigolds planted in there to keep certain bugs and worms away. And that is my update on my garden, guys. And I'll post a little video if I can up here in the corner so you can see what they look like after we first planted them. This guy is doing really well in here. He's pretty colorful. I really like him. A couple of you have asked me what the name of this plant was. Oh, there it goes. King Mosaic. That is the name of that one. So check it out. It is very pretty. We just had a nice hard rain come through, although you wouldn't know it. Look at those blue skies now. It came through super fast, thundered and lightninged, and it was crazy, and now it's gone, over with. And my garden got a good watering. I'm glad I didn't water it this morning, so it is good. And then we're going to get some fruit trees next year, guys. Unless we can find some that I can plant this year yet. But I'm sure I'm going to have to do it real soon because they need a long time to grow the roots into the ground so they can survive the winter. But we're going to get some pear, peach, and cherry trees. So that should be fun. We're going to plant them in our garden. We're going to decorate our whole garden area. And it's not all going to be garden beds. It's going to be different ornamental shrubs and fruit trees and stuff like that. So it should be pretty cool. I'm excited. We got a good start on it this year. This year, that's as far as we're going to go probably. And maybe I'll get some bushes. I don't know. She's already being a min pin. She's starting to dig. There's a mole underneath there. Look at that dragonfly. I think that's what it is. It's got black wings and its body is like a teal. Coolest thing I ever saw. It's dead. I don't know how it died, but I was wondering, I seen it down there. It looked like a piece of velvet. And so I moved it a little and it was a dragonfly looking thing. So, very cool. Last snack of the night is cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake yogurt. Even though it won't focus, you know what it is. Okay, we will talk to you guys later. We have a funeral tomorrow, so I will be busy tomorrow. Probably won't do much of a video tomorrow, just probably food, and that will be it. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.